Hello everyone, I'm Deborah Adams here with the Ingles table, and I'm going to show you how to make my beautiful golden Vichyssoise today. I've been to Ingles and gathered up everything I need, so let's get started. We're going to start with 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to melt that in a big soup pan. And when the butter is melted, we will add about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Okay, we're going to stir that around and let it get golden for probably about a minute. And as soon as that is melted, I have 3 leeks here. I have washed them and chopped them up, and we're going to add that right now. And we're going to cook these for about 5 minutes just to soften them up. Okay, as soon as these have softened up, I have peeled 4 medium potatoes and I have sliced them into just little chunks. So we're going to add the 4 potatoes on top of the leeks. And our next addition is 3 beets. Now these are the golden beets, and you'll find those in the produce section. And we're just going to pop those in there. We try to cut everything up to about the same size. That way they get done about the same time. Okay. We're going to let these soften up just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and add some white pepper and some salt. Okay, and our next addition is going to be about 2 teaspoons of saffron. And that's for the flavor mainly, but also it helps turn the soup this pretty golden color, like the beets do. Okay, and when we have that all stirred up, I'm going to add 6 cups of chicken broth. And thank goodness Laura Lynn makes exactly 6 cups in this big carton, so that works out just perfectly. Okay, now when this starts to boil, you're going to need to cook it for about 15 minutes until everything's really soft. So we will give that a stir. And while it's cooking, I'm going to show you how to cut up these leeks. And I have taken the big long green stem off. I've cut it down, but Mother Nature shows you exactly where to cut this so you don't get any of that hard, tough stem in it. And there's always a little slit right here at the bottom. And you cut it right there. And leeks are notoriously dirty, so cut off the end of it. And then we're going to slice it in half. And you'll notice that it just peels apart. All of these little bitty pieces that make the big leek. And you're going to run this under cold water until you get all the dirt out of it. So there's a little hint on your leeks. And here is our yellow beet. And in case you didn't know it, you can also eat the green part of the beet. And I'm going to cut that off. And if you're going to cook these, you're going to cut off the end of the stem. And you can leave this intact, throw it in a pan of boiling water, pull it back out in about 2 minutes, put it in cold water, and then chop it up, put it in a skillet with olive oil and garlic, salt and pepper, and when it's wilted, it's delicious. It's a great side dish. So here we are with our beet. I'm going to cut off the other end of it. And you can just peel this with your little paring knife. And when you get it peeled, I'm going to show you how to chop it up because they're kind of hard. So you have to put a little muscle in cutting these up. But it's definitely worth it. So here we go. You're going to need to stabilize it first. So I always just cut it in half this way. Turn it. Cut about 3 slices, and then here is your beet ready to put into your soup. So there you go. Now we're going to check the soup. It's not hardly ready yet, so we're going to continue to cook this for about 15 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, our soup has been cooking for about 15 minutes and all the vegetables are soft and the flavors are blending together. So I am going to take this blender and we're going to make it into a very smooth, thick soup. This is going to take a few minutes. Just keep your blender moving. And if you don't have an immersion blender, you can use the standard blender. Only fill your cup about halfway full. Because of the heat, it will blow the top off and it could end up in your face. So only half full, and cover the top with a towel. Make sure you have the top on real good and tight. And you'll do it in batches, and then we'll put it back in the pot and finish it up. Okay, I'm going to continue doing this, and when you come back, I'll show you how the soup looks like. Okay, we have blended all of our ingredients into a beautiful smooth soup. And the final step in this is to add heavy cream. And I'm going to put a half a cup of heavy cream, and we're going to give it a stir. Now, I'm going to put this in a bowl. And we will top it with a little thyme. Just going to pull some of these off the stem. Now this can be served hot or cold. So you just want to put it in your refrigerator for about 3 hours to chill it if you're going to serve it cold. Thank you for joining me here today. Please visit our website for more tricks, tips, and recipes. See you next time.